publish that, buys me a bit of time to work out what I'm going to do about defence in the medium term.
Robert Peston, thank you so much for joining us for that breaking news from what I imagine is a Downing Street which is heating up even as you're talking to us. Thanks so much. We're going to have a quick chat with Kevin and Kwasi. Right. Just, Kevin, people might be asking, what was the music being played?
It's protesters outside. It wasn't from Downing Street. You always get a group. They started out as anti-Brexit. I think they've just gone more...
Way to go, way to go.
22 boxes, 22 cash amounts. We've even got 22 players. But still, one question. Deal or no deal? Welcome to Deal or No Deal and to a brand new week of shows. Last Friday, John was sat here in the hot seat and with the help of a little coin, he well and truly beat the banker, selling his £4,000 box for £10,900. It was beautiful.
The local elections and about Mandelson, about any of that. And I just think he's probably in denial at the moment.
Well, or he thinks that a statement in Downing Street, which will be his political history, he doesn't want to acknowledge the mistakes. He can do that privately, or maybe he'll do that in interviews.
There was no contrition. I mean, he wouldn't have to spell out all the different things that he got wrong, but he could have said something like, you know, I haven't got everything right, but we've done.
This programme is sponsored by The Birthday Draw.
This programme contains a birthday extravaganza, a spot of crabbing, and a mate caught in the middle. They might have a soft spot for silicone, but these people are all real. Although the episode was filmed following social distancing regulations, some sparkle has been added for your entertainment. Previously.
Obviously, I'm coming out of retirement now.
I didn't know you retired in the first place.
And the fans are screaming for new music.
Do you think you could overcome being friends with Kelsey again? I am willing to forget about how they've done that and just leave it.
I bumped into Amy, Chloe and Joey. They was being nice.
That is probably because she don't want me to have anyone.
I'm going to be away for a little while. I'm going to be back. And I want us to start afresh, start again.
Nicole's my best friend, Amber's my best friend, and I feel like I'm just caught in the middle.
I feel like it could have been dealt with in a completely different way, a lot more, you know, grown up and mature.
The crabbing competition of 2020.
Was the fault of the party?
We're watching the end of the Keir show, but in a way, one of the truest rules of politics is governments lose elections, oppositions don't win them. The Conservatives lost last time because of Boris Johnson Partygate, the Liz Truss disaster.
But Labour was electable again, and they were not electable in 2019.
But this is what Labour, and he's acknowledged it, they think, no, we asked the question before who'd get us elected, and it was you, but now we're in power. We think you'll lose us the election, so we'll go for another one.
Yep. So just to remind viewers joining us this morning, because this is, of course, a breaking news programme, and that is why you're not seeing Lorraine on air right now. But at 9:30 this morning, Sir Keir Starmer walked out of number 10 Downing Street to the lectern and made his announcement that he is resigning as Prime Minister.
And when I leave the biggest job in the country, I shall spend more time on the most important job, being the best husband I can to my fantastic wife, Vic, who has been a rock by my side through good times and bad, and being the best dad I can to my beautiful children, who are my pride and my joy. Thank you very much.
That moment reminded me of when Theresa May did the same announcement, but her voice broke when she talked about it being the honour of her life being Prime Minister. For Sir Keir Starmer, who, you know, we know is, I mean, Theresa May was a family woman. She obviously very strong marriage, but clearly the influence of his wife, you know, the responsibility for his children, that's the thing which kind of broke him in that speech.
I think the sort of subtext I heard was...
What do you think Dr. Rex again is? A spellbinder? An imp? An elf? Huh? A kerkerker? A blood grave? Uh-oh.
It's very interesting. The last couple of weeks, Keir Starmer has referenced Victoria and her influence on what he does very publicly.
Yeah.
So he told an interviewer just a couple of weeks ago in a television interview that what Victoria says is almost the most important influence. We were briefed that over this weekend when he was taking a break at Chequers, that he would listen to Victoria above all others. And in fact, some people wondered whether she might be the voice telling him to stick it out and stay.
But there is a reason for that. I remember in the final 2 days of Gordon Brown as Prime Minister, he wanted his wife, Sarah Brown, to be there all the time because she was the one person he absolutely believed was going to be on his side. And in these, when a politician comes under huge pressure, he knows Victoria is not thinking about
the
next job, the next leader. She's only on his side. That reminded me also of Gordon Brown leaving Downing Street, walking down after his address with his 2 children. But Gordon Brown had lost a general election. He'd been in government for 13 years. He'd had a really, really good go. Keir Starmer has only been Prime Minister for 2 years. He'll be thinking, I didn't lose an election.
Yeah, that's exactly what he
Why are you doing this to me now? And I felt in the statement
that's what
that
came
is not
across
something he's worked through
No, but
yet.
that's what he came across in the statement, because he claimed all the credit for all the good things. And it was me, I did this.
For most,
and then for the bad things, he said it was the Labour MPs.
For most of us, what matters most in life are families and loved ones. And he's on his political deathbed. And who do you have round? You have your family. And that's why his voice is broken. He knows his wife and children are paying an enormous price in loss of privacy, having to move house, security, trouble at school, because kids can be very, very cruel for him becoming Prime Minister. And now it's been taken away from him, and they've paid that high price. But I think he cares. Look, politicians, prime ministers, they're human like the rest of us. Cut them and they bleed, they will bruise.
So I think
he'll be hurting.
The point that Ed made, because as you said, at his most vulnerable point, who is he going to trust? Because as you quite rightly said, there were lots of people that he feels he's helped, either by helping them win their seats, putting them in government, putting them in cabinet, and they've all turned on him, seemingly. Because at the end, he has very few friends. And his wife, obviously, and his family are people he could rely on.
People also said of Gordon Brown in that moment, if only we had seen the children, if only he had revealed more. And as a politician, that wasn't Gordon Brown's style. And part of Keir Starmer's challenge was he never found a way as Prime Minister to show that emotion and that humanness. And only in his leaving did he reveal the humanness of himself.
Well, he came across as spreadsheet Starmer and didn't really tell a compelling story. But because his wife had to appear sometimes. Early in his premiership, she wasn't, and questions were being asked about their relationship very unfairly, but he was trying to shield her. She had a full-time job. It's also the family and their children of concern. And he'd reference his children, and he'd talk about my boy and so on, but he never wanted to name them. He was, because he's trying to shield them, and he didn't want them pictured. And I recall Gordon Brown in 2010, and I heard people I knew saying, God, why didn't we see that family more often? But of course, he wanted to protect.
But also, the media is very fickle.
His wife appeared at Labour conferences, but he wanted to protect the 2 young boys.
When they do use them, they're accused of exploiting their family.
Yeah.
That's true as well.
And being shameless in terms of, and that it's a double-edged sword. It's not an obvious thing.
And
which way you
also,
go.
yes, absolutely. You know, when you reference or include your children, you're told that you're relatable.
Yeah.
But of course, the media, once you expose who your children are,
100%.
are then feel like they legitimately can report on your children, and that is entirely illegitimate.
We had, I mean, Jack Straw went very early. The Labour government. His son got into trouble, and the media were all over.
Well, I remember that. I remember Tony Blair's son, who had too many drinks and was left by his friends in Leicester Square, and so on. And Keir Starmer would have learned from that. But nevertheless, you kind of you feel for them. But I think the families you're most concerned about are the families of everybody else in Britain that the Prime Minister served. But they are human too.
Let me ask you this question: John Major, actually Gordon Brown. I think a greater standing now than on the day that they left. You could say David Cameron lost the EU referendum. Tony Blair, because of the Iraq inquiry afterwards, his standing went down. Do you think that in retrospect, when people look back on Keir Starmer, he will end up with a more positive place in history than he has
Well, it
today?
depends. That all depends on what happens next. I mean, if, for whatever reason, Labour loses the next election very badly, there is no doubt in my mind he will be blamed by the party for that defeat. Yeah. If somehow they turn it round, he'll be remembered as someone who steadied the ship and got them back into power. But it all depends about what happens in the future.
He now depends upon Andy Burnham.
How he's remembered. In a funny way, yes.
But does he need Andy Burnham to do well or worse? I think in order for people to review.
Well, actually, I think he does. I think Kwasi's right.
Well, then he can defend the record of what he did. The pluses which often get ignored against the minuses, the things he
and the
got
statesmanship of handing over today
That's right.
at the right time.
But if it goes badly, I promise you, the Labour Party will blame Starmer for causing the rot, because that was where the popularity sank.
Yeah, voters will be wondering what on earth happens now. Yes. Is he a Prime Minister in name only? Does legislation continue to get proposed or enacted? Does the defence budget get signed off? Does the social media ban go ahead? Who's in charge?
So I think he's definitely in charge, and what they will try and do is finish all the legislation that's currently going through the House. Exactly the same situation where Theresa May, almost to the day, because she left office, or she resigned, I think it was around about June, and then Boris came in July. But for those last 6 weeks, she was trying to do legacy things, like the net zero legislation, I remember, was passed. Whatever you think about it, it was a significant...
But power drains away, and it drains away pretty quickly,
Yeah, it does.
which is why it's probably better for the Labour government and arguably the country that the change is in July on the 16th rather than in September. But what I can see is a fair few Labour people will think they fancy their chances and allow their names to be in the mix. There'll be hustings within Parliament, often behind closed doors. Whether there are any public, I don't know at this stage, but that will happen. And I think most of them will melt away, and somebody like Wes Streeting will have to think, do I try and push forward to inevitable defeat? And Andy Burnham himself, I think, needs to go on a nationwide tour and face public audiences and not just Labour audiences. Town hall meetings, they call them. Most people are, you've got to get a ticket to go in, but you've got to show who you are and what you will do differently when, if you're in.
But that's all going to be driven by whether there's a contest or not.
Yeah, but
if there is a contest, we're going to have this right through the summer, like in 2022 we had with
Kwasi.
Liz Truss
Right now, the
Rishi
Cabinet
Sunak.
is still in charge. The Chancellor is still the Chancellor. The Home Secretary is still the Home Secretary. And when it comes to matters of war and peace, who has their finger on the nuclear button?
Well, the Prime Minister does.
Who are joining us this morning, our breaking news is that at 9:30, Sir Keir Starmer emerged to speak to the country from the lectern in Downing Street and announced that he was resigning as Prime Minister. And this is what he said at the end of his speech.
I will ask the National Executive Committee of the Labour Party to set out a timetable with nominations opening on the 9th of July and completed by the summer recess. In the case of a contest, this will ensure a new leader is in place before Parliament returns in September. I will remain in post as Prime Minister until the contest is complete.
And he went on to pay an emotional tribute to his wife, Victoria, and his children as he finished that address to the nation and turned around and walked back into Downing Street.
He also signalled the beginning right now of the process of choosing the next Prime Minister, the next leader of the Labour Party, because he said that nominations will open on the 9th of July, close on the 16th of July. Andy Burnham, I think, will clearly get the 81 nominations. He'll be in this contest. We'll know by the 16th of July whether anybody else will get the nominations. If so, there is then a leadership fight right through August until September.
What does it mean if he becomes Prime Minister? You know, maybe there should be a teasing out of his ideas and a testing of his policies.
Well, I think Keir Starmer's made a decision here. He could have said nominations open this week and close next week. By saying the 9th to the 16th of July, by essentially making this a multi-week process, Keir Starmer ensures a debate. He ensures there's going to be, at least in the beginning, a choice. Other people will come forward. Andy Burnham, is he going to get this on the platter? I don't think he is, not straightforwardly.
That's all from us. Here's Tom Bradby and Robert Peston.
Okay.
Good morning from Downing Street, where, as expected, not very long ago, the Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer, walked out of that famous door and announced a timetable to stand down. It's difficult to paint the scene here, to be honest with you. There's something very British about it. As the Prime Minister came out, the anti-Brexit campaigner was blasting down the street as the Prime Minister's staff stood there and watched the man who walked into Downing Street only 2 years ago with a massive majority resign. If you were watching the actual speech of his resignation, you wouldn't have seen his wife, Vic, who was standing just here in front of the door of number 11, clearly very, very Let's take a look at it again, and then I'll talk about it with Robert.
The question being asked now is not who was best placed to change the Labour Party, to take us into power and to begin the vital work of improving lives for millions of people. Those questions have been answered. The question my party is asking now is whether I am best placed to lead us into the next general election. I have heard the answer of my parliamentary party to that question, and I accept that answer with good grace. Every decision I've taken has been about putting the country I love first. That is why I will resign as leader of the Labour Party. I have spoken to His Majesty the King this morning to inform him of my decision. I will ask the National Executive Committee of the Labour Party to set out a timetable with nominations opening on the 9th of July and completed by the summer recess. In the case of a contest, this will ensure a new leader is in place before Parliament returns in September. I will remain in post as Prime Minister until the contest is complete, and I will do everything I can to ensure an orderly handover of power. I will also give my successor my full and unequivocal support, knowing that they will inherit a Britain able to ensure the Labour Party secures a
on the platter? I don't think he is, not straightforwardly.
That's all from us. Here's Tom Bradby and Robert Peston.
Okay. Good morning from Downing Street, where, as expected, not very long ago,
for these past 6 years or so, for their incredible commitment, service and support. I want to thank the brilliant Number 10 staff and our country's extraordinary civil service who dedicate their lives to public service. And when I leave the biggest job in the country, I shall spend more time on the most important job, being the best husband I can to my fantastic wife, Vic, who has been a rock by my side through good times and bad, and being the best dad I can to my beautiful children, who are my pride and my joy. Thank you very much.
Well, a clearly very, very emotional Prime Minister there, announcing his resignation to his party and to the country. And Robert is here to talk to me about all this. The 6th time in 10 years we've discussed the departure of a Prime Minister. Listen, I mentioned the anti-Brexit campaigner blasting down the street as the Prime Minister came out, partly because I can never really decide whether there's something sort of gloriously British about this, that, you know, freedom of speech and everything, or kind of awful that a man is making this emotional resignation speech in this sort of chaotic environment. And then you get to the clearly, visibly emotional Prime Minister and his wife, which...
Spoken to His Majesty the King this morning to inform him of
it in the first place.
OK, so if your pneumonia is caused by bacteria, then antibiotics may be useful. We often use them, prescribe them. If it...
Could it be grease? Oh no, what have I done?
Don't. All your favourite quiz shows now, only on BBC iPlayer.
A change to the schedule now on BBC Two as we join Morning Live.
Coming up on Morning Live, the silent killer that could be coming from your car.
Extensive damage to his exhaust, blowing carbon monoxide up into the air cabins, and that's what intoxicated and killed him.
Find out how to spot the signs of a leak so you stay safe.
Plus, the ultimate holiday conundrum. What goes in your hand luggage versus the hold? It never gets any easier, but today we have got the answers for you.
And it's a cruel scam that claims to cure dementia. We'll be calling out a totally fake BBC News report. Hello, welcome to Morning Live.
Even though with the emoji, I couldn't get in.
You just made it. I had to help you with a few cables there. And me, Gethin Jones. We're coming to you from Manchester until 10:45 on BBC Two and iPlayer.
Now, we're on BBC Two because of the rolling news on BBC One, but it is business as usual right here. We have got a top team to kick off your week, as we mentioned, at 9:40.
He's just posted this in the last few minutes. It can take many leaders years.
Today, we understand that he's been at the office. There we go, the Lex.
Really for years. They're not years. Is the kind of crescendo, but how quickly? Remember that? Has he possible Liz Truss? What we've.
Thanking. It's not a done deal, is it?
office and get a lady who said, look, actually, when he wants to do that, perhaps, and I knows, let's say, arrive in Westminster, but they wouldn't.
In the moment,
yes,
potentially.
and because it was obviously to work out what it does.
You know, he may well be afforded actually the space that some.
From lakeside lodges to some even overlooking the sea. And 62-year-old Martin Pawley from Manchester
Let's talk about, I definitely want to talk about what comes next, you know, does Andy Burnham win? But before we do that, it's just something which I'm probably not very articulately trying to put words to, which is, this reminded me of Gordon Brown's resignation, actually. A man not given to visible emotion, sort of being very clearly emotional. His wife, he walks out with his kids afterwards and all the rest of it. And we said, you know, were people who said, why didn't he show more of that when he was in power? But here we are, we're losing our 6th Prime Minister as a country in 10 years. I know we make light of it and all the rest of it.
We don't.
And
we don't, Tom. We do not make
well, I mean, we are becoming Italy, and at some point we have to say to ourselves,
Italy looks relatively
what's
stable.
wrong with us?
Italy looks relatively stable compared to the UK at the moment. You're right. We sort of grew up in an era where lots of members of the British establishment would sneer at the instability on the continent, and Italy was always singled out.
I'm maligning Italy. I shouldn't. It's
Your blood pressure dropped.
Damien.
Could it be?
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Netherlands?
No, Germany.
Could it be Greece? Oh no, what have I done?
Dial James.
Matisse.
It is, well done.
Let's get on with the quiz.
Good luck.
That's quizzy.
Be a winner and watch all your favourite quiz shows now, only on BBC iPlayer.
A change to the schedule now on BBC Two as we join Morning Live.
Coming up on Morning Live, the silent killer that could be coming from your car.
Extensive damage to his exhaust, blowing carbon monoxide up into the air cabins, and that's what intoxicated and killed him.
Find out how to spot the signs of a leak so you stay safe.
Plus, the ultimate holiday conundrum. What goes in your hand luggage versus the hold? It never gets any easier, but today we have got the answers for you.
And it's a cruel scam that claims to cure dementia. We'll be calling out a totally fake BBC News report. Hello, welcome to Morning Live.
Even though with the emoji, I couldn't get in.
Just made it. I had to help you with a few cables there. And me, Gethin Jones. We're coming to you from Manchester until 10:45 on BBC Two and iPlayer.
Now, we're on BBC Two because of the rolling news on BBC One, but it is business as usual right here. We have got a top team to kick off your week, as we mentioned. At 9:40, consumer expert, we've got Louise Minchin. She's going to be running through the surprising items you can take in your hand luggage. She says. At 10 to 10, Scam Interceptors, Nick Stapleton has the latest scam targeting Morning Live viewers. Adverts for fake medication claiming to cure dementia.
Dr. Range is here with medical advice you can trust. It might be associated with winter, but it might not be, I should say. But at 10, he explains why pneumonia can strike during any season and why putting on a plane's overhead vent could protect you on your travels.
We are keeping things closer to home. At 10:15, lawyer Gary Rycroft has the latest on possible changes to the law that mean you could have more rights if you're living with a partner that you are not married to.
There's a lot coming up, isn't it? Yes. Moving his Radio 2 show up to Stirling at 10:20, we're chatting to presenter Vernon Kay about the summer's biggest party and the biggest wave. Radio 2 in the park.
OK, let me ask you this. We had a manifesto from the Labour Party 2 years ago. It's fair to say that Conservative Prime Ministers came and went and we didn't have an election. Do you think whoever comes next for the Labour Party needs that mandate from the country?
I don't think that the Labour Party will go for a general election. And I would love an opportunity to get the Labour Party out of power, but I don't think that they're going to call one. I think that they know a lot of their MPs lose their seats.
No chat, don't talk to me in the sauna, if you ever see me. If you ever see me in the sauna, don't talk to me, because I will not talk back.
OK.
We were despondent.
The NHS website for really good information, because potentially pneumonia is one of those things that could lead to sepsis.
So that's a lot of symptoms that you wouldn't have thought about.
What's going on there? Why is there so much to it?
Information.
Could it be? That's quizzy.
Be a winner and watch all your favourite quiz shows now, only on BBC iPlayer.
A change to the schedule now on BBC Two as we join Morning Live.
Coming up on Morning Live, the silent killer that could be coming from your car.
Extensive damage to his exhaust, blowing carbon monoxide up into the air cabins, and that's what intoxicated and killed him.
Find out how to spot the signs of a leak so you stay safe.
Plus, the ultimate holiday conundrum. What goes in your hand luggage versus the hold? It never gets any easier, but today we have got the answers for you.
And it's a cruel scam that claims to cure dementia. We'll be calling out a totally fake BBC News report. Hello, welcome to Morning Live.
Even though with the emoji, I couldn't get in.
You just made it. I had to help you with a few cables there. And me, Gethin Jones. We're coming to you from Manchester until 10:45 on BBC Two and iPlayer.
Now, we're on BBC Two because of the rolling news on BBC One, but it is business as usual right here. We have got a top team to kick off your week, as we mentioned, at 9:40.
Centre that both major parties, the Conservatives, can't hold their majorities together.
Quite a lot of Labour MPs, particularly those who, not every Labour MP is happy that Keir Starmer has been forced out. And quite a few of those will say, this is ridiculous. We don't really know who we're choosing as Prime Minister. He's, in Andy Burnham, he has to be tested. And the only real way to test him is in a leadership contest.
Well, of course, Keir Starmer did get tested and in the end was found certainly by his party to be wanting. Let's just hear his version of his time in office.
And look at what we've achieved in just 2 years. An economy that is stronger, growing faster than our peers. Wages
Say it.
Domino.
Can you tell us what you were doing at Denby Hall?
and 500,000 children being lifted out of poverty because of the choices that I made. Our reputation in the world restored, with Britain once again standing up for decency, respect and the rule of law, securing trade deals, standing with Ukraine, standing up for our values and rebuilding our relationship with our allies in Europe. Change promised by a Labour government, change fought for by a Labour government, change delivered by a Labour government.
Okay, Keir Starmer there giving us his version of what he felt he achieved in office, which clearly wasn't enough for his party and arguably not for the country. You mentioned just before we went into that clip the challenges that Andy Burnham's faced. I mean, obviously you and I, a lot of people watching this won't have necessarily followed every dot and comma of the Makerfield by-election. I'm sure there are better things to do with their lives by and large than listen to every word of that. But there was a fair degree of flip-flopping, I think it's fair to say, from Burnham on some of the key issues. Yeah. You've talked repeatedly, even in the last few minutes, about the need for kind of, a
Time to talk.
Domino, hoo-hoo.
A brand new clash of hemispheres, where the best of the North face their rivals in the South. In this new and exclusive tournament, there can be only one winner. The Nations Championship starts the 4th of July on ITV1 and ITVX.
And at a time when, the government's debt is not far over 100% of our national income, and those who lend to the UK are increasingly anxious about our ability to repay. If Andy Burnham wants to be radical in that way, he's got to do it in a way that doesn't terrify investors in the UK. It is not, he's got big ideas potentially, but it's not at all clear at this stage how many of them are more practical than Liz Truss's big ideas, for example.
Yeah, but for many of the people watching this, sitting at home, wanting to know how their lives are going to get better if Burnham gets in charge, right? You've talked before. Now, a lot of people listening won't have heard of Jim O'Neill or Andy Haldane or some of these other people. Economists that you respect, you've known for years, you think are quite different in the way they think about the economy and public debt and everything else. How do you think there is a road, whether Andy Burnham or anyone else takes it, to be a little bolder and get our economy moving a little faster so that we can get out of this painful period of stagnation with all the political chaos and aggro and aggravation that comes with it?
Oh, there absolutely is. I mean, I'm not in any sense a fatalist that somehow we're doomed to stagnation and decline. But it does require, you use the word bold, right? It requires a leader who not only makes generous promises, like we'll have more control over our energy companies and we'll force them to get the price down, but equally, we will find the inefficiencies in public services or some elements of the welfare bill that are not working, and we'll take controversial decisions, whether it's welfare or pensions, and bring those bills, or at least bring the rate of growth down. Now, what I would argue, the person who is closest to Keir Starmer in the government, Richard Hermer, who's the Attorney General, is here.
We've got literally a minute left on there, so a minute and a half. I think the point about Robert and I feel about this was that was a really kind of awful morning. The Prime Minister was very emotional, his wife Vic was very emotional. I mean, what conclusions we reach about it is a different matter. What's your reaction to it?
Well, look, I mean, it was obviously not a moment that the Prime Minister wanted to experience.
Or his friends, for that matter.
Or his friends, for that matter. But look, I mean, just look at the way he did it, right? With decency and with dignity, putting country first every single time. I mean, when he first came in and he said, "I always put country first," people thought it was just an empty political slogan. No, it's not. You've seen that.
We're very tight. So, what do you say to your Labour colleagues who booted him out, though? Because I'm pretty sure there will be people at home thinking, again, another Prime Minister.
Well, we've got to understand what's gone wrong for the purposes of making sure that we can have as much stability in politics as possible. But what I would say to my Labour colleagues, what I'd say to my Labour colleagues now is this is a solemn moment in which Keir Starmer has shown every inch the leader that he is, but we now need to come together. It does not serve the country to be battling each other. The challenges are too big.
No, you
We've got no time.
We've got
to stretch the time.
Thank you very much for joining us. Robert, I'm sorry to interrupt you. Listen, here we are. Sixth Prime Minister in 10 years has disappeared. We'll now, Robert and I, no doubt be standing here many more minutes and hours as we debate who is going to be the next Prime Minister. It was an emotional, honestly, truthfully, rather sad morning as the Prime Minister came out, clearly very upset, as was his wife. We'll pick it up later. Goodbye.
With Lidl, say yes to trusted protection from our award-winning Sea and Sun Cream range. Now 20% off with Lidl Plus. Lidl, more to value.
I was born in this deli. My best friend was that bologna. That is until I met you. Sweet sandwich time. Hellman's makes it taste so good.
Feel the fun with 500 free bingo tickets and all bonus wins paid in cash.
When I woke up, they said, "Alyssa, you've got leukemia." We found out that the chemo wasn't working.
Cancer is still the biggest killer of children in the UK, but innovative new treatments could help beat cancer for more children like Alyssa.
I'm cancer-free now.
Text, call or search to give £3 a month and help build a new children's cancer centre at Great Ormond Street Hospital. So together, we can save more lives.
Welcome back to Your Home Live with Sky.
Where the delivery guy is pressing forward. Oh, he's giving them the eyes.
Lovely footwork there. He's a manager's dream, that lad. Old school.
Oh, great. Can you leave it by the hydrangea? Thanks.
I don't even know what a hydrangea is, Jill.
Never miss a thing with the smart doorbell from Sky. Believe in better.
We got another one. Come on, Jill.
I'm running.
Stop! Oh, it's my aching legs.
Oh, I don't think I'll make it. Susan? Yeah? It's 20 steps back to the car park. It's time you tried Revitive. Revitive Circulation Booster is clinically proven. It relieves leg aches, pains, cramps and swelling. That's why it has thousands of 5-star reviews on Trustpilot. And it's drug-free. See? No drugs, no rubs, no drama. Visit Revitive.com today.
This is how to transform your kitchen with a little bit of magic. Kitchen Magic. Kitchen Magic transforms drab kitchens into dream kitchens by replacing doors, drawer fronts and worktops for less than you think. And in just a few days. Now that's magic. Call Kitchen Magic today for a free brochure on 0800 169 4748 or visit the website.
To all of you who never plan too far ahead, who have plenty of time but don't want to waste a second, who are glued to your phones but really want to see the world, who always know exactly what you don't want. Experience your next adventure with Trip.com. Trip.com. Travel made easy.
Prep. Sweat. Cheers. Tears. Rinse. Repeat. Care for your skin like you care for the game with Dove Men.
It's 10 a.m. and you're watching ITV1, which means it's this morning. And today, we've Tyson and Paris Fury's 16-year-old daughter Venezuela and her husband Noah on the show.
Today, I'm on Savvy Street, celebrating the smart decisions the residents make every morning. Let's go and surprise them. We'll meet Jen, Adam, Grace and Darren, masters of starting their day right. Celebrating savvy decisions. Go.compare sponsors this morning.
Hello there, welcome to your Mondays this morning. We're on a little bit later today, aren't we?
We are. Did you have a lie-in? Or
I didn't quite have a lie-in. We would have been here sooner, but Lavoie is doing the showbiz later, and it takes quite a while for her to get through makeup. So we've all delayed things. Oh, and there was that other thing that happened, wasn't there?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the Prime Minister has announced that he will be resigning as Prime Minister, of course. This follows mounting pressure from his fellow ministers to stand down.
Of course, this time last week, he was in this very studio where he told us he planned to fight on. We're discussing what all of that means a little bit later.
Did we finish him off? Is this the thing? Is that what you're saying?
Quite possibly. I might have a T-shirt.
It'll be interesting to see what happens now, and we're going to find out about the time frame, because, of course, Andy Burnham, which he said to us, he was very happy for him to win the Makerfield election, but winning that election has led to all of these things happening. Lots to talk about with that. As well as that, of course, it was a very hot weekend. Temperatures are set to soar even higher this week, reaching 39 degrees, Kat, in some parts of the country. But how long is the heat wave going to last? And how do we stay safe? Well, Dr. Nigat is here, alongside Good Morning Britain presenter Alex Beresford. Lovely to have you with us, Alex and Nigat. We'll be talking to them very shortly.
They both look cool as cucumbers.
They do, don't they? They've got it.
Speaking of the heat, Phil Vickery's got the perfect meal for the hot weather. He is live from our sunny This Morning allotment. Hiya, Phil.
Good morning, you two. Yeah, we were here a couple of weeks ago and we had a bit of a mini heat wave then and things started to take off. But since then, look at it. It's absolutely gone mad. Later on, I'm going to be making a salad using these beautiful salad leaves, and the perfect dressing is really easy, really simple, but it does pack a punch. I'll see you later on.
He gets quite manly when he's down the allotment, doesn't he? Like one leg up, leaning on. He's quite...
When he gets the knees out, no one knows what's going to happen.
Quite manly. Good stuff to make a salad. Now, if you prefer shade to sun but still want that sun-kissed look, beauty expert Keeks Reid is helping you get summer ready with her pick of the best fake tans. And they really have come a long way since the old days, haven't they?
No biscuity smells, different textures, all skin tones covered. I'll tell you how to fake it till you make it.
Thank you, Keeks.
Thanks, Keeks. And in their first TV interview since tying the knot, Tyson Fury's daughter, Venezuela, and her husband, Noah, are going to telling us how they're settling into married life.
Also, if, like the Prime Minister, you're looking for a new job this morning, businesswoman and former Dragon's Den star Sarah Davies is here to help in our phone-in today.
Have you had any phone calls from number 10 yet, Sarah?
No, and I tell you what, I'm not advocating anything quite that drastic. But if you are in, like, you know, if you're in a little bit of a rut or you've got the Monday blues, but most days of the week, or you're fancying a career change or mixing it up, give us a ring, OK? You can give us a ring, you can email the studio, because I'm going to be here to take all of your questions live and hopefully give you a little bit of a career boost.
Thanks, Sarah. That's great. Give us a call for free on 08030 40 44 or scan the QR code on screen now to get involved using our free This Morning app. Please get in touch by 11:15 today. You must be 18 or over.
Now, of course, the weather is on all of our minds at the moment, and then there's reports that parts of the country could reach as high as 39 degrees this week.
In just a moment, Dr Nighat has advice to keep you safe in the heat. But first, to tell us how long this will last, we're joined by Good Morning Britain weather presenter Alex Berriford. Good morning.
Good morning.
Lovely to see you, Al.
It is absolutely scorchio.
I know, out there already, actually. I just came across from the Good Morning Britain studios on a bike and I was loving the breeze because we need it. Yeah, it's just so hot. This heat wave is
Hello there, welcome to your Mondays this morning. We're on a little bit later today, aren't we?
We are. Did you have a lie-in? Or
I didn't quite have a lie-in. We would have been here sooner, but Lavoie is doing the showbiz later, and it takes quite a while for her to get through makeup. So we've all delayed things. Oh, and there was that other thing that happened, wasn't there?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the Prime Minister has announced that he will be resigning as Prime Minister, of course. This follows mounting pressure from his fellow ministers to stand down.
Of course, this time last week, he was in this very studio where he told us he planned to fight on. We're discussing what all of that means a little bit later.
Did we finish him off? Is this the thing? Is that what you're saying?
Quite possibly. I might have a T-shirt.
Be interested to see what happens now, and we're going to find out about the time frame, because, of course, Andy Burnham, which he said to us, he was very happy for him to win the Makerfield election, but winning that election has led to all of these things happening. Lots to talk about with that. As well as that, of course, it was a very hot weekend. Temperatures are set to soar even higher this week, reaching 39 degrees, Kat, in some parts of the country. But how long is the heat wave going to last? And how do we stay safe? Well, Dr Nighat is here, alongside Good Morning Britain presenter Alex Beresford. Lovely to have you with us, Alex and Nighat. We'll be talking to them very shortly.
They both look cool as cucumbers.
They do, don't they? They've got it.
Speaking of the heat, Phil Vickery's got the perfect meal for the hot weather. He is live from our sunny This Morning allotment. Hiya, Phil.
Good morning, you two. Yeah, we were here a couple of weeks ago and we had a bit of a mini heat wave then and things started to take off. But since then, look at it. It's absolutely gone mad. And later on, I'm going to be making a salad using these beautiful salad leaves and the perfect dressing. It's really easy, really simple, but it does pack a punch. I'll see you later on.
He gets quite manly when he's down the allotment, doesn't he? Like one leg up, leaning on. He's quite...
When he gets the knees out, no one knows what's going to happen.
Quite manly. Good stuff to make a salad. Now, if you prefer shade to sun but still want that sun-kissed look, beauty expert Keeks Reid is helping you get summer ready with her pick of the best fake tans. And they really have come a long way since the old days, haven't they?
No biscuity smells, different textures, all skin tones covered. I'll tell you how to fake it till you make it.
Thank you, Keeks.
Thanks, Keeks. And in their first TV interview since tying the knot, Tyson Fury's daughter, Venezuela, and her husband, Noah, are going to telling us how they're settling into married life.
Also, if, like the Prime Minister, you're looking for a new job this morning, businesswoman and former Dragon's Den star Sarah Davies is here to help in our phone-in today.
Have you had any phone calls from number 10 yet, Sarah?
No, and I tell you what, I'm not advocating anything quite that drastic. But if you are in, like, you know, if you're in a little bit of a rut, or you've got the Monday blues, but most days of the week, or you're fancying a career change or mixing it up, give us a ring, OK? You can give us a ring, you can email the studio, because I'm going to be here to take all of your questions live and hopefully give you a little bit of a career boost.
Thanks, Sarah. That's great. Give us a call for free on 08000 30 40 44 or scan the QR code on screen now to get involved using our free This Morning app. Please get in touch by 11:15 today. You must be 18 or over.
Now, of course, the weather is on all of our minds at the moment, and then there's reports that parts of the country could temperatures, but it's not just nighttime, is it? It's daytime and staying safe. Who is most vulnerable, Nigat?
So, as you said, babies, I would say anybody who's got an underlying health condition, vulnerable individuals, older, so older than the age of 65, chronic illnesses as well. And when we say
Of this conversation is you get on every flight with everything, the right size, the right places, like a jigsaw puzzle.
Do you know what? The shouting in my ear, that was uncontrollable.
Watching,
just double-check the airport you're going to.
Yeah,
Thanks,
and we should start a campaign for it to be universal, but it's not yet. It's different everywhere. Just Travel With Amy generally knows all those demonstrations.
In the summer, at first I thought it was an asthma attack. I had shivers and couldn't get warm.
Yeah, just to reiterate, that's one of the symptoms, potentially. Fever, cough, difficulty breathing, noisy breathing, and always be mindful.
And the weather ladies say that it could be 37 this week.
Yeah.
I mean, it's glorious.
You might forget that even your tablets or your patches might need to be kept at a certain temperature.
So you look after your tablets, but what about our babies, and what about our parents, and what about... Hello there, welcome to your Mondays this morning. We're on a little bit later today, aren't we?
We are. Did you have a lie-in? Or
I didn't quite have a lie-in. We would have been here sooner, but Lavoie is doing the showbiz later, and it takes quite a while for her to get through makeup. So we've all delayed things. Oh, and there was that other thing that happened, wasn't there?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the Prime Minister has announced that he will be resigning as Prime Minister, of course. This follows mounting pressure from his fellow ministers to stand down.
Of course, this time last week, he was in this very studio where he told us he planned to fight on. We're discussing what all of that means a little bit later.
Did we finish him off? Is this the thing? Is that what you're saying?
Quite possibly. I might have a T-shirt.
Be interested to see what happens now, and we're going to find out about the time frame, because, of course, Andy Burnham, which he said to us, he was very happy for him to win the Makerfield election, but winning that election has led to all of these things happening. Lots to talk about with that. As well as that, of course, it was a very hot weekend. Temperatures are set to soar even higher this week, reaching 39 degrees, Kat, in some parts of the country. But how long is the heat wave going to last? And how do we stay safe? Well, Dr. Nigat is here, alongside Good Morning Britain presenter Alex Beresford. Lovely to have you with us, Alex and Nigat. We'll be talking to them very shortly.
They both look cool as cucumbers.
They do, don't they? They've got it.
Speaking of the heat, Phil Vickery's got the perfect meal for the hot weather. He is live from our sunny This Morning allotment. Hiya, Phil.
Good morning, you two. Yeah, we were here a couple of weeks ago and we had a bit of a mini heat wave then and things started to take off. But since then, look at it. It's absolutely gone mad. And later on, I'm going to be making a salad using these beautiful salad leaves, and the perfect dressing. It's really easy, really simple, but it does pack a punch. I'll see you later on.
He gets quite manly when he's down the allotment, doesn't he? Like one leg up, leaning on. He's quite...
When he gets the knees out,
Yeah.
No one knows what's going to happen.
Quite manly. Good stuff to make a salad. Now, if you prefer shade to sun but still want that sun-kissed look, beauty expert Keeks Reid is helping you get summer ready with her pick of the best fake tans. And they really have come a long way since the old days, haven't they?
No biscuity smells, different textures, all skin tones covered. I'll tell you how to fake it till you make it.
Thank you, Keeks.
Thanks, Keeks. And in their first TV interview since tying the knot, Tyson Fury's daughter, Venezuela, and her husband, Noah, are going to telling us how they're settling into married life.
Also, if, like the Prime Minister, you're looking for a new job this morning, businesswoman and former Dragon's Den star Sarah Davies is here to help in our phone-in today.
Have you had any phone calls from number 10 yet, Sarah?
No, and I tell you what, I'm not advocating anything quite that drastic. But if you are in, like, you know, if you're in a little bit of a rut, or you've got the Monday blues, but most days of the week, or you're fancying a career change or mixing it up, give us a ring, OK? You can give us a ring, you can email the studio, because I'm going to be here to take all of your questions live and hopefully give you a little bit of a career boost.
Thanks, Sarah. That's great. Give us a call for free on 08030 40 44 or scan the QR code on screen now to get involved using our free This Morning app. Please get in touch by 11:15 today and you must be 18 or over.
Now, of course, the weather is on all of our minds at the moment, and then there's reports that parts of the country could reach as high as 39 degrees this week.
In just a moment, Dr Nigger has advice to keep you safe in the heat. But first, to tell us how long this will last, we're joined by Good Morning Britain weather presenter Alex Berryford. Good morning.
Good morning.
Lovely to see you, Al.
It is
of course, don't have a right to their jobs when a new man or woman comes in.
Those tweed jackets really are to die for, aren't they?
A mother and sick daughter running this charity. Just trying to help vulnerable families. They are not open about how that charity money is being used.
There's something very wrong about this.
I didn't know what to think.
We were going to find out the truth.
The mother of all cons. Press red for all episodes on BBC iPlayer.
News coverage over on BBC One this morning means that our schedule here on BBC Two has changed. Now, another investigation for the Fraud Squad.
Every year, around £52 billion is stolen from the UK's...
Now, another
iPlayer.
Sick daughter.
This evening.
Nothing brings us together have in common.
Thanks to all our guests today. That's what we've got time for today. We're back tomorrow from 9:30. We'll see you then. Have a lovely day. Bye for now.
Let's go again. That's it. I actually wear black when it's really hot.
Hot one?
It blocks the sun, so I don't get sunburned. Yes. Just another little fun fact you got there.
Lovely.
We've done it! Absolute genius!
Well
Really, what they do in Parliament, they're there as representatives, not as delegates. They're there to exercise their own judgment, both in terms of who...
Ready? I'm ready. All right, it's time for your final chase. First, good luck. Your final chase starts now. Males of which African big cat typically have large manes?
Lion.
Correct. The grand jeté is a common move in what style of dance?
Ballet.
Correct. The Sonic the Hedgehog films star actor James who?
Pass.
Stop the clock. The Sonic the Hedgehog films star actor James who?
James.
James. I don't know that much.
I don't know movies.
Wilson.
Wilson?
Marsden is the James we needed. 1:43 on the clock. Chaser needs 16. Time restarts now. Red Note is a social media app based in which country?
USA.
Stop the clock. Red Note is a social media app based in which country?
I was going to say China.
I was going to say China too.
China? Say China, that's right. Good pushback. 1:38 on the clock. Chaser needs 17. Time restarts now. Classic Allen's Cool Mints are typically what colour?
White.
Correct. In what decade did Chuck Yeager first break the sound barrier?
40s.
Correct. In rugby league, what position wears number 7?
Halfback.
Correct. A song by the Five Satins is In the Still of the what?
Night.
Correct. What marine animal is a blue groper?
Fish.
Correct. The name of which element derives from the Latin for charcoal?
Carbon.
Correct. Who is Australia's second longest serving Prime Minister?
John Howard.
Correct. A person lifting weights is commonly said to be pumping what
Iron.
metal? Correct. Russia's Volga River discharges into which inland sea?
The Caspian.
Correct. The beer type XPA typically stands for extra pale what?
Ale.
Correct. In which ball sport is Joyce Brown a former player and coach?
Soccer.
Stop the clock. Need some pushbacks. In which ball sport is Joyce Brown a former player and coach?
It could be netball.
I was thinking basketball. I was going to say tennis.
No, it's not tennis.
It's not tennis? Okay. I don't think Joyce Brown...
Might be basketball.
I'd be going basketball.
Yep.
Basketball?
Who said netball? Should have stuck with that.
Oh.
Netball is the answer. That would have been a good one to get.
Yep.
40 seconds on the clock. Chaser needs 7. Time restarts now. The Anzac Day Ode features the line, "We will remember who?"
Them.
Correct. Which opioid drug is named for Morpheus, Greek god of
Morphine.
dreams? Correct. The Martian Chronicles is a book by author Ray who?
Bradbury.
Correct. Lawrence of Arabia is famed for his activities in which war?
First World War.
Correct. Released posthumously, Good News is a song by rapper Mac who?
Daddy.
Stop the clock. Daddy. Released posthumously, Good News is a song by rapper Mac who?
Mac. I thought Mac Miller. Mac Miller?
Correct. Well done. Good one. 15 seconds on the clock. Chaser needs 4. We're going to the wire. And your time restarts now. The workplace acronym TOIL typically stands for time off in what?
Lou.
Correct. The Butterham Ginger Factory is in which Australian state?
Queensland.
Correct. In which European country is a police officer known as a Garda? Yes! You've done it! You've done it! He still had 2 to go. Very well done. You got all the money. Well done. Nearly got your record.
So good.
Celebrate being human. Etsy.
Toothpaste for every day. Or this one when there's a chance of company at bedtime.
Well, Isabel, a seismic moment in the history of this country and of this Labour government.
Beat the morning people. Join them. Kenco, proud partners of Parkrun and Morning People. Woohoo!
They always say you should never discuss relationships over dinner. Well, nobody appears to have passed that memo around Weatherfield. Secrets, suspicions, and a long-awaited answer await in a special double episode of Coronation Street tonight from 9. And just before that, we have a double bill of Emmerdale from 8. Plenty to look forward to later on 1. Now, though, it's This Morning.
To pay an emotional tribute to his wife, Victoria, and his children as he finished that address to the nation and turned around and walked back into Downing Street.
He also said
.05 on Virgin Media Play and Virgin Media 2.
Hello there, welcome to your Mondays this morning. We're on a little bit later today, aren't we?
We are. Did you have a lie-in? Or
I
what?
didn't quite have a lie-in. We would have been here sooner, but Lavoie is doing the showbiz later, and it takes quite a while for her to get through makeup. So we've all delayed things. Oh, and there was that other thing that happened, wasn't there?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the Prime Minister.
General election. I have heard the answer of my parliamentary party to that question, and I accept that answer with good grace. The question my party is asking now is whether I am best placed to lead us into the next general election. I have heard the answer of my parliamentary party to that question, and I accept that answer with good grace. Every decision I've taken
must have been something you said. I just died in your arms tonight.
Well, you invited someone.
You were only doing what you thought was right. That man, he hurt a lot of people. I'm so sorry.
Why did I do it?
You were only doing what you thought was right. That man, he hurt a lot of people.
Todd? Todd!
Boo.
Theo, where's Todd?
Oh, no. Give me your phone. Give me that phone. Give me the phone.
Why have you got Todd's phone?
Oh, what, this? Oh, yeah. I won't be needing this anymore.
Where is he?
Todd's gone.
He's gone. Why? What's happened?
Good question, that. What's happened? What went wrong? How did we get here? Do you believe in God?
Oh, Theo,
Yeah.
please.
No. Answer my question. Do you believe in God?
I don't know. I believe something.
I do. I believe that God has a plan for everybody. But what I can't work out is... why has he got this plan for me? Why? Why has he done this to me?
I don't know.
I'm not perfect. I get angry, yeah, sure. But if he made me that way, then why does he punish me for it?
I don't know, Theo. Can we just go inside, please, and just tell me what happened with Todd?
No, we can't sit down. Sit down, Sarah. You know, I never meant to hurt him.
What did you do?
All I did was love him. What, you don't believe me?
I saw him. I saw him a couple of weeks ago on my doorstep, half dead, black and blue, and you did that to him. And you call that love?
I mean, all of that's coming from a slapper with 2 kids by 2 fathers. If you think that what you and that, what's he called? You and that copper, if you think that's the same as what me and Todd have.
Had what you had. Because Todd saw sense. He got out. Todd is 100 times the man that you are.
You're still in love with him, ain't you? No, it is. It's pathetic, that. Wow. You still love him. Can't believe I didn't see it. Do you know what, actually? I said, didn't I, that you've got 2 kids by 2 dads, but I was wrong, weren't I? It's 3. Because you had one with Todd. And that's an abomination. No wonder it died. Do you not think that's God trying to tell us something? That you are a whore. That should stay in her lane.
You're a nut job.
Says the one who's trying to get back with her gay ex-boyfriend.
What have you done to him?
I made him a man.
I'm not doing this
That's
anymore.
you
Theo, I
saying.
don't want...
Right where you are, because I've not finished talking to you yet. The idea of you and Todd together. Do you know what it does? It makes me feel sick. Sick to my stomach. I'll tell you something else as well. You see Todd a couple of weeks ago, didn't you, when his face was all... Yeah? And I love him. Can you, for 1 second, imagine what I did to you? You're gonna regret that.
Theo? Theo? Theo. Please, come on. Oh, God. Okay. No. Please, just listen. Please, just come quick. Didn't mean.
Is he definitely dead? What happened?
I thought he was gonna kill me.
Right, so it was self-defense.
It was, kind of, I don't know.
What do you mean, kind of? Did he touch you or not?
No.
Where's the pole?
What?
The pole. You said on the phone that you hit him with the pole, Sarah. Where is it? Where's the pole?
On the scaffolding. It's at the top of the scaffolding. I'm really sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't know who to call.
Well, what about your policeman boyfriend?
What should I do?
Don't get out of it and clean yourself up.
What about you?
I don't know yet. I'm thinking.
No, just go, Sarah. Look, wash your hands, calm down, and then make sure that someone sees you when it's sorted, okay?
What do you mean?
So then you've got an alibi. Go.
For over 25 years, Red Tractor has worked with British farmers to help ensure the safety of your food. So whatever life has in store, just look for the Red Tractor logo.
What's a gloss? Meet new Garnier Olia Gloss, expensive brunette. Get the look without the damage in just 10 minutes. Our first tinted hair mask infused with flower oils and sheer colour dyes. Maximum gloss with a touch of colour that lasts up to 6 washes. Your gloss era starts now. Olia Gloss by Garnier.
I'm the one paying for your mistake, eh?
I hate myself, I do. But what are we meant to do?
Tell the truth.
We can't. I'll go to prison.
I should never have answered the phone that night.
Yeah, but you did.
And we both know why you called me and not Kit.
Because he'd lose his job.
Yeah, but he'd still have helped you out, though. You know he would. Copper or not. But that'd have been the end of you two, wouldn't it? He'd have cleared up your mess, made it go away, but he wouldn't have stayed with you. He wouldn't do that. No, you called me because that way you'd get to keep your boyfriend out of it. Because you know I'd do anything for you.
I didn't think that. I didn't think anything. I panicked, and I know that I can trust you.
Yeah, and you get to walk away scot-free while my life's in bits.
We just need to think of a way.
No, all I do is think, Sarah. I think about what I've given up for you. What I might still have to give up. You know, I might lose Maria, the kids. All because you asked me for a favour and I was too stupid to say no.
Please, Gary, I am begging you.
I can't lie for you anymore, Sarah. I'm sorry.
Please. Please.
Didn't you, when his face was up?
We just need to think of a way.
No, all I do is think, Sarah. I think about what I've given up for you. What I might still have to give up. You know, I might lose Maria, the kids. All because you asked me for a favour and I was too stupid to say no.
Please, Gary, I am begging you.
I can't lie for you anymore, Sarah. I'm sorry.
Please. Please.
Enjoyed that episode? Why not step onto the set yourself? Book now at itvsoaptours.com.
What's the gloss? Meet new Garnier Olia Gloss Expensive Brunette. Get the look without the damage in just 10 minutes. Our first tinted hair mask infused with flower oils and sheer colour dyes. Maximum gloss with a touch of colour that lasts up to 6 washes. Your gloss era starts now. Olia Gloss.
Beat the morning people. Join them. Kenco, proud partners of Parkrun and Morning People. Woohoo!
They always say you should never discuss relationships over dinner. Well, nobody appears to have passed that memo around Weatherfield. Secrets, suspicions, and a long-awaited answer await in a special double episode of Coronation Street tonight from 9. And just before that, we have a double bill of Emmerdale from 8. Plenty to look forward to later on 1. Now, though, it's This Morning.
To pay an emotional tribute to his wife, Victoria, and his children as he finished that address to the nation and turned around and walked back into Downing Street.
He also signalled the beginning right now
It's a thrilling £96,000 rolling into your bank account over the course of a whole year. Imagine what you could do with that kind of money. Pay off some of your mortgage, book the trip of a lifetime, renovate your home, or simply enjoy the freedom of knowing another 8.
He was charging £35 a tonne, so that would come out around £3.3 million for 2016 alone. I felt very angry when I learnt that he was making that much money and taking no interest at all in the environment in which he was polluting.
Meanwhile, it's the taxpayer who foots the clean-up bill and the cost of the investigation.
Of course, all of this work has been and will have to be paid for using taxpayers' money. And the person who's walked off with the taxpayers' money and hasn't paid the taxes is the operator.
But after a long investigation, Clive and the team now believe they have enough evidence to convict the site owner.
We had waste transfer notes that demonstrated that the material he was accepting wasn't permittable, and also the samples taken by the consultants of the waste in the site. And additionally, the site owner had told us that he'd removed a number of loads of waste from the site and provided us with waste transfer notes to prove this. And we found out that the lorries that he'd claimed had moved the waste had trackers on them, and none of those lorries had been anywhere near the site on the days that they were supposed to collect waste and take them away.
In court, faced with evidence of his lies, the site owner mounts a thin defence.
The only excuse he could really come up with was that we'd taken photographs of the waste from too close and it stopped it looking like soil. If we'd stood further back, he claimed it would look like soil. This was ridiculous. And it was one of the more feeble excuses I've come across in 35 years.
Eventually, he pleads guilty and is sentenced to 27 months for falsifying documents, dodging landfill tax and non-compliance with a permit.
I was very pleased when we got the result. It's unusual, although not completely unknown, to have custodial sentences for environmental offences. It certainly showed that the judge took it very seriously. Apart from the custodial sentence, he was fined £72,000. And we still have a proceeds of crime case outstanding against him, in which we're aiming to recover all of his assets and a very considerable sum of money.
For Clive and the team, it's the right result.
The site owner thought he could get away with it because he was just blinded by greed. He doesn't care about anyone else, he only cares about his wallet.
Join us next time when more criminals stealing our public money are taken on by the Fraud Squad.
It was a web of make-believe that even fooled the celebs. Watch The Mother of All Cons on iPlayer. And you won't believe some of the crimes Lucy Worsley uncovers in her new series, Lady on Trial, on BBC Sounds.
Who here can you trust? The secret traitor will not know your identities, nor you theirs. Shady, shady, shady. I think he's using people. You gotta chill.
Literally traitor behavior.
You're a liar.
Oh my gosh, girl.
It's getting vicious. I'm fuming.
The new series of The Traitors US. Press red to watch now on BBC iPlayer.
Hello, Glastonbury, how are we doing?
I'm having the time of my life up here.
Glastonbury might be taking a year off, but the music doesn't have to. Relive unforgettable performances with the best of Glastonbury. Watch on BBC iPlayer.
Now on BBC Two, a change to the schedule as we head to the auction with Homes Under the Hammer.
Hello and welcome to the show. Now, buying property can be stressful, but with the right amount of research and effort, you can find yourself a great
for the potential contestants or the leadership contestants will be happening very much behind the scenes.
Exactly what's happening. But I think we need to pause and take a step back because Giles and I were just talking about this. We will now have our 7th Prime Minister in 10 years. Eagle-eyed viewers will remember it's 10 years almost to the day since Brexit. Brexit did something very strange to this country, and I refuse to believe that some of
It's with Go.Compare, sponsors this morning.
Hi there, welcome back. So Sir Keir Starmer is stepping down as Prime Minister. We're going to be discussing the latest with Nick Ferrari and Giles Brandreth in the studio, and Robert Peston, who is live from Downing Street.
Competition time first. Here's David Potts with your chance to win £8,000 every month for a whole year.
Hello and welcome to the Brighton i360. How do you fancy winning an unforgettable year? I've already started celebrating, and it's not even my money. Yes, one lucky person will win £8,000 a month every month for the next 12 months. That's a thrilling £96,000 rolling into your bank account over the course of a whole year. Imagine what you could do with that kind of money. Pay off some of your mortgage, book the trip of a lifetime, renovate your home, or simply enjoy the freedom of knowing another £8,000 is on its way to you next month. This is a one-week only competition and lines close on Friday. Remember, all our competitions have a guaranteed winner, and the next big winner could be you. This is a brand new competition launching on the telly today, so make sure you get that entry in early. Good luck. For your chance to win, text WIN to 80083. Text costs £2.50 plus one standard network rate message. Go to the website or enter via the This Morning app. Entries cost £2.50. Call 090 7619 0083. Calls cost £2.50 plus your network access charge. Or post your name and phone number to AD26 PO Box 7558 Derby DE1 0NQ. Entrance must be 18 or over. Lines close on Friday the 26th of June at 4 p.m. We may be calling the winner live between 7:30 a.m. and 1:30 p.m. after all entry routes close. Good luck.
Thanks, David. Good luck with that. So, Giles Brandreth and Nick Ferrari are with us in the studio. We're, of course, talking about that huge announcement from Sir Keir Starmer this morning that he is set to stand down as Prime Minister.
Every decision I've taken has been about putting the country I love first. That is why I will resign as leader of the Labour Party. And when I leave the biggest job in the country, I shall spend more time on the most important job, being the best husband I can to my fantastic wife, Vic, who has been a rock by my side through good times and bad, and being the best dad I can to my beautiful children, who are my pride and my joy. Thank you very much.
Very emotional end to that speech, wasn't it? In a way that sometimes people accuse Keir Starmer of not being emotional, not being able to connect. To hear his voice break when he's talking about his wife and his children, it was emotional. We can join ITV News political editor Robert Peston, who was live at Downing Street, and you were there when he made that speech. Robert, it was only a week ago in this studio, the Prime Minister sat down with Kat and myself and assured us that he was up for the fight and he wasn't going anywhere. But as you know, a week is a long time in politics.
It is. I think it was Lyndon B. Johnson, the American president, who said the first rule of politics is learn how to count. And what he's been doing over the weekend, the Prime Minister, is counting the number of MPs who still support him from within his own party. And he concluded, and you heard him say that, I was here as he was saying it, that he doesn't have the support of his MPs anymore, and therefore he's facing up to the inevitable.
Get extra boost days and guaranteed prizes.
You really don't need to do this, you know.
Tommy, listen, remember, you don't owe him anything, OK?
I want to talk to him.
No one said bring a babysitter.
Any more of your lip?
Right, Tommy, we're going to be right here, OK?
They said you can go. No, we'll be right here.
At least that's one thing I don't get in here, eh? Having to deal with that.
Why did you want to see me?
I don't know, I just wanted something normal. 5 minutes with a mate. I mean, that's what you said you was looking for, so...
This place.
If you're going to start crying again, mate, just go.
And that ain't your mate.
They really have cut him off you, ain't they?
Watch your mouth, Joel, yeah? Mum, I've got it. Being a man... You're right. It's hard. But it isn't exactly easy being a girl.
I'll put you in a skirt next.
What they said in court me and my mum every day. I wish I never did that. But I did. But I don't need to make anyone else feel small to make myself feel bigger.
Okay, you can go now.
And if that's what makes you feel strong, then that ain't being a man. Not being proud of yourself.
Oh, I said you can go now.
And if you don't change, then you're gonna be in somewhere like this for the rest of your life. And who's the big man then, eh? And you know, you talk so much about men needing to be tough. But Joel, you can't even stand up and say what you've done.
So, Chinese?
I feel more like a Friday night.
Do you want to rethink that bet now, Ravi?
Well, being's one thing. I'm still breathing, aren't I?
For now. What are you doing? You shouldn't be here, Vic. Get rid of her now!
Did you do this to him?
He deserves it, Vic.
What have you possibly done to deserve that?
Tell her, Mark.
Shut up.
Tell her.
Shut up.
Tell her who
What's she
you
on
really
about?
are.
I said shut up! No! Stop! Stop!
Shop non-billionaire Jeffs.
I'm Jeff. I'm Jeff. You talked about Joel struggling when his parents split up.
Yeah, I felt for him. I bet it wasn't easy.
Seeing his mum leave the family home, humiliating her husband.
Lauren, your surprise.
Hello.
Oh, Nan!
I'm bursting for the look. Oh, thank God. Kath, is the lad free? Yeah. Oh, Peter. Tanya said, thanks for the invite, but she couldn't make it. So I'm here instead.
Huh?
Where's Tanya again? Who's the old woman?
No idea. Right, so let me get this straight, Peter. Yeah, you've invited my ex-missus and her mum.
What's it to you? It's like you're invited.
What, you think I want to be walking around the square bumping into Tanya? Do me a favour.
I invited Tanya because it's Mother's Day and I thought it might be a nice idea for Lauren after the carjacking.
Dad, can you just play nice? Yeah, I ain't seen Nan in ages.
Here you are. Hello, Melanie. I'm fine.
Sam's mother was murdered. How can you spy?
And I'm sure that he'll be chuffed that all of his type C and all of his type whatever are taken care of.
Where is he? Todd, your ear's burning, mate. Hey. Travel adapter.
Has anybody got a hard hat?
A universal travel adapter.
Yeah, because in Thailand they have Type C and Type O plugs, so it'd be invaluable to Todd, that.
Yeah, but you don't gift wrap a universal travel adapter.
It's a gift.
No, love, it's something that you plug a gift into.
I'm not exactly flush at the moment. On a scale of prince to pauper, I'm in debtor's prison. I just want Todd to know that I've got his back and, you know, I want to look after him. Now, while he's away and when he gets back.
Yeah, you're very sweet. And I'm sure that he'll be chuffed that all of his Type C and all of his Type whatever are taken care of.
Where is he? Todd, your ear's burning, mate. Hey, where are you? Your pint's going cold. What?
I said the window smashed, and then next thing there's this big bit of metal in the middle of the bedroom. It was kids, but my first thought was, is Theo come after?
What's the gloss? Meet new Garnier Olia Gloss, expensive brunette. Get the look without the damage in just 10 minutes. Our first tinted hair mask infused with flower oils and sheer colour dyes. Maximum gloss with a touch of colour that lasts up to 6 washes. Your gloss era starts now. Olia Gloss by Garnier.
Poppy. Poppy.
In life, it's best to check.
No, not anymore. He had this, like, heavy marble bowl. Go now, right? It's in the back. We saw time. Right, okay, go on. I'll let you know if he tries to leave. We'll go to ours. Come on.
Kit!
What are the days for this to happen? Right, come on then.
What do you do?
Degrees. Best pack my trunks. Have to take me on one of them pedalo thingies you're always on about. You what? Only you, Mum.
Must have been something you said. I just died in your arms tonight.
Yeah.
No.
Indiscreet.
I need to tell her. She needs to know the truth. Maria, please.
Don't even think about coming home till you're ready to admit it.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna tell her everything.
You can't.
What's the gloss? Meet new Garnier Olia Gloss, expensive brunette. Get the look without the damage in just 10 minutes. Our first tinted hair mask infused with flower oils and sheer colour dyes. Maximum gloss with a touch of colour that lasts up to 6 washes. Your gloss era starts now. Olia Gloss by Garnier.
I'm sorry.
Enjoyed that episode? Why not step onto the set yourself? Book now at itvsoaptours.com.
There is no double standard. It's just a single standard, all right? You treat everyone, male and female, like they're a decent human being. I mean, how many more times have I got to say it?
Have you heard yourself?
You need to start listening to it.
Right. Did you treat Mum like a decent human being? Is that why she left you for someone else?
Watch your mouth.
No, she starts sleeping with some other bloke, then gets married, right? Splashes it all over social media, making you look like some sort of cuck.
You don't even know what you're saying.
You need to leave before you do something you regret.
Ross. Go.
Yeah, walk away. Walk away. Good boy. Good boy.
Yo, you ain't still thinking about Avani? Oh, mate, you wouldn't want a baby. You know Lily hardly comes out now she had Charlie.
Who's Vicky to tell me to stay away? Hey? She ain't my mum.
Yeah, it's got nothing to do with her.
I'm going over. I'm going to tell Avani what I think of her.
What if her dad's there?
I'm scared of it.
Well, you should be. You got a flat yesterday, mate. You know he hung Barney from a railway bridge just because he thought he mugged Avani off. Oh, stop. Mate.
Priya, please, can you move these cases?
Not my fault you ain't got enough wardrobe space.
It's not a doss house, is it?
Oh, sorry. I'll just sleep under the viaduct then, shall I? Or better still, carry on living with the woman who didn't even tell me my own daughter was pregnant. Oi!
I want to see Avani.
What is going on, Victor?
Pull me up. You ain't going nowhere until you tell me what you did to Avani. I didn't do anything, I swear. Would you want us to get hit by a train? No, please. Please, no, I'm begging you. Oh, you're begging me now? Ow. Leave him alone, it's just the kids.
How would you like it if I come up there and dangled you by your goalies? Right, I'm calling the police.
Did you force yourself on her? Please, please, no. You rejected, you did. Turn it off, she'll give up eventually. Oh, here we go. Next generation of fishwives have turned up. What are you doing here, Lil? Shopping around for a baby daddy for her too? Child benefits and your rent paid, it's the line of work round here, innit?
Who are you talking to?
You. What you gonna do about it?
You really think you're that scary? With your incel boy band curtains?
Do you really think I couldn't smash you both all over this place if I wanted to?
John, let's go.
Nah, this is the problem. These slappers thinking they can say what they want to a man like me. Are you mad?
Man, do me a favour.
You mad? You are! Try me! Go on then! I'll show you how much of a man I really am!
Mate, what are you doing?
Tommy! Your son's mate is threatening us.
Tommy, get home now.
Stay away from little boys with big mouths. They never grow up.
Get out. Hello.
Hello.
Curly.
Will still out?
Yeah, I was cramping style apparently. And this one on the chips.
Oh, I know how you feel. I've had a little bit.
Go through it. It's not locked. Go through the Covey files as well if you want. I haven't deleted anything.
Good. But given your track record, I mean, surely you understand that I've got to ask questions. And you ain't Stacey's biggest fan, neither.
I can see why she'd think it was me, but I wouldn't know how to hack an account, would I? And I promise you that I wouldn't go on them websites again, and I haven't, I swear. I can't prove myself if you won't trust me.
You look me in the eye and tell me you didn't do it, and I will take you at your word.
I didn't do it, Dad. I promise you. I've been invited to a party. Can I go?
Don't you think you should keep your head down today?
Yeah, we're changing schools and that. Just trying to make friends. Come on, all my year will be there, please.
Yeah, go on. Go and have some fun.
All right, thank you.
Do you think that was a good idea?
He just told me that he didn't do it. That draws a line. But if I don't want him to end up like Harvey's boy, then he needs to know that I'm on his side.
All right, see you in a bit, yeah?
Yeah. See ya.
Is that quiet?
Let's face it, no one's coming, are they?
It's all right, Mum. It's still early. Yeah, just give it time.
Nice. Look, can you help me put the room back the way it was? I don't want to lose my deposit because I've left it in a mess. Oh, you'll still get your money, Fabio.
Right, come on, where's the music? I know this is meant to be sober, but this is taking a mick, isn't it?
Where have you all come from? Well, any excuse to take a break from lugging packing boxes about, eh, Linda?
Yeah, we dancing or what?
Fabio, hit it!
Come on then.
That's it, go on. Come through, guys.
Sounds like...
Scientists have achieved a breakthrough in the treatment.
This is a joke, right? Why is he saying this?
I had to tell you, Jazz. It wasn't fair.
Are you serious, Josh?
Stop.
I won't take this. I never want to see you again. Get out of my face. Pick it up, Dad.
Hey, Jasmine,
I'm gonna kill him.
Stop. Calm down, all right? Listen to me. I know you're hurting right now, sweetheart, okay? But this is not how we handle things, yeah? You're better than this, and you're better than them. Come on. Listen, I think you better leave, yeah?
Let's go. You're never gonna forgive them for this, Alfie.
I know. It's okay, sweetheart. I got you.
I don't even know what